Hello friends, how are you all? Welcome back to our channel once again. So far in The Flash, we've seen how after listening to Arrow, Barry started using his powers for the greater good, which Barry received due to the particle accelerator explosion at Star Labs. Let's start with the next episode, which is episode 8.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. When I was a child, I saw my mother killed by something impossible. My father went to prison for her murder. Then an accident made me the impossible. To the outside world, I'm an ordinary forensic scientist. But secretly, with the help of my friends at Star Labs, I fight crime and find other metahumans like me. And one day I will find who killed my mother and get justice for my father. I am the Flash.
This scene shows us a bank robbery conducted by a metahuman whose special ability is to enrage people, and his name is Roy Bivolo, who uses his powers with red light, meaning anyone who once looks into Bivolo's eyes becomes subjected to Bivolo's control and loses their temper, and this happens to everyone present in the bank. They lose their temper and start fighting each other, taking advantage of which Bivolo flees the bank with the cash. Barry is informed about the robbery through their system, where Barry Allen reaches on the spot and normalizes everyone, because as soon as Bivolo leaves, the effect of Bivolo's control fades from the people. Then, in another scene, we see Iris and Eddie together, and now Iris's post has become so famous that people from different places have started connecting with Iris and sharing their experiences with ID, including someone in the city seeing a person from whose body fire emanates. Iris is quite happy with all these latest updates. However, Iris's boyfriend Eddie has no interest in Iris's posts. At the same time, seeing Iris's inclination towards Flash, Eddie does not like Flash at all and therefore requests his superior to arrest Flash and put him in jail. When Iris learns about Eddie's intentions, a distance starts to grow between them. After that, Iris calls only Flash to meet and tells Flash that her boyfriend doesn't like him at all. She doesn't understand why he thinks you are dangerous for the city. He wants to imprison you, but I have complete faith in you. You would never harm anyone. Then Flash receives a call from Cisco, letting us viewers know that the cash stolen from the bank also had a tracker installed, which Cisco finds and informs Barry. Updated, he, along with his team and Barry, goes to the address provided by Cisco where Bivolo is hiding with the stolen money. Seeing the police approaching, Bivolo uses his power on another officer there, who then starts shooting at his own colleagues, allowing Bivolo to escape from there. And now, making a dramatic entrance, we have our Arrow, whom we will see in this episode. And now Arrow saves Barry's life upon arriving, which Barry greatly appreciates. After that, Barry meets Felicity and John Diggle along with Arrow. Friends, Felicity, Smoke, and John Diggle were members of Arrow's team where these three used to work together, just as Barry works with the people of Star Labs, Dr. Harrison Wells, Caitlin, and Cisco. Felicity informs Barry that they have come in connection with a case. They found a strange device at the crime scene that has a high content of iron oxide, and they discovered that iron oxide is also found in abundance in Central City, which is why they had to come here. Excited, Barry says, "This is so cool, let's work together. Help me, and I'll help with your case. Come with me to Star Labs." But Arrow does not like this idea because he does not want his truth to be widely known. Felicity says, "No problem, I'll go to Star Labs. I had a lot of fun working there last time." And now Felicity goes to Star Labs with Barry and gives the device she brought to Cisco so that Felicity and Cisco can gather more information about it. Meanwhile, Caitlin tells Barry that Dr. Harrison Wells and Joe want to meet him. Here, Dr. Harrison Wells and Joe try to convince Barry that we cannot trust Arrow and we do not like Arrow's violent methods of catching criminals. Then the device brought by Felicity reacts, starts flying around in the lab, and causes destruction, which infuriates Joe, who tells Barry to ensure that Arrow and everything related to him are out of Central City by tonight. Barry and Oliver have worked together before. Here, Barry fully trusts Oliver. And now we see Arrow who, with John Diggle's help, makes Barry's case easier by finding Bivolo's partner and asking him about Bivolo's hideout. And now we see the next morning where Oliver meets Iris and Barry and tells Barry about Bivolo's hideout location. Seeing Oliver, Iris gets quite excited and brings him a special coffee and talks to Barry. Why didn't you tell me earlier that Arrow is such a good friend of yours? And now Felicity talks to Oliver and explains that Dr. Harrison Wells and Joe do not like him at all. Despite this, Barry is not breaking his friendship with us. Don't you think you should also help Barry so that he can learn to use his powers correctly? Then, after listening to Felicity, Oliver decides to help Barry, after which we see Arrow explaining to Barry that strength alone is not enough. To win any battle, we need a proper plan, proper training to handle any situation, and from today onwards, I will train you for all these things as long as I am here in Central City. And now we are shown in the police station where Eddie constantly requests his senior to arrest Flash because Eddie believes Flash is not a hero, just misleading Iris and the people of Central City. Then Joe comes to Barry and tells him that he saw Arrow again last night, who left Bivolo's partner with broken legs at the police station. He tells him to stay away from Central City's matters. We can handle our work ourselves. Barry tries to convince Joe, admitting Arrow's methods are a bit violent, but he is indeed helping us. And now we see in Star Labs, Felicity and Cisco searching for a way to find Bivolo. They theorize if Bivolo controls someone's emotions with a red light, maybe if we shine multiple colors of light simultaneously on the affected person, we could normalize their emotions. Then, Dr. Harrison Wells pulls Felicity aside, attempting to learn about Arrow's personal life. Felicity admits she doesn't know much either, to which Dr. Wells responds, "No problem, I'll find out myself." Soon after, Cisco locates Bivolo, and Felicity insists that Barry should not go after Bivolo alone, but should take Arrow with him. However, overly confident, Barry decides to go alone and once again falls into the enemy's trap because Bivolo had deliberately leaked his location to lure Barry there. Bivolo then uses his power on Barry, making him extremely angry, which leads to Barry returning to Star Labs, where even a small comment from Caitlin angers Barry a lot and an argument ensues between the two. Upon receiving a message from Arrow, Barry goes to meet Arrow, but instead of practicing, starts quarreling over nothing with Arrow, and then he returns to the police station in the same mood and begins to argue with his senior in the same manner, which prompts Joe to intervene and try to calm Barry down. However, Barry also starts shouting at Joe, but then he notices Iris leaving with Eddie, which causes Barry to chase after them as the Flash. And now we see Felicity in Star Labs receiving a call from Arrow. He informs Felicity about Barry's strange behavior, and Joe also comes in to tell everyone about Barry's anger, leading Dr. Wells to say, "It seems we now need Arrow. Can you please call him for us?" And now we see Iris and Eddie together, where Iris tries to convince Eddie that Flash isn't as bad as he thinks. She has met him several times. Hearing Iris's words, Eddie becomes even angrier because Iris has been meeting Flash without telling Eddie until now. Then Barry arrives as the Flash and attacks Eddie because Flash believes Eddie is trying to separate him from Iris. In anger and without thinking, Flash beats Eddie up quite badly. While Iris tries to stop Flash, he doesn't stop, and then through Star Labs surveillance, everyone learns Flash's location, where Arrow arrives and tries to control Flash, resulting in a fierce confrontation between the two, where sometimes Barry gains the upper hand over Arrow and other times Arrow tries to control Barry. Friends, this scene of Arrow versus Flash is absolutely fantastic, and in this continuation there comes a time when Arrow grabs Flash by the neck, standing him up, and as the opportunity arises, Dr. Wells and Joe bring multicolored lights in front of Barry's eyes, immediately calming Barry's rage upon seeing the multicolors. Barry then apologizes to Arrow, and together, Barry and Arrow find Bivolo and lock him up in the Star Labs prison. Now, Arrow wants that now, so many people know Arrow's truth. They keep it a secret. So friends, why is Arrow like this, and why does he want to keep his identity a secret? We'll see all these things in Arrow's separate series, which we are bringing to our channel very soon. Now in the episode, we see Eddie coming to meet Iris, and asking if she still wants him to consider Flash as a hero, to which Iris responds, "All I know is that I only find peace with you." And here, all misunderstandings between them are cleared, and now the same Whistle and Arrow meet Iris and Barry before leaving Central City, where Oliver advises Barry in the cafe saying you still need more practice. And now we are shown in the next scene where Barry, as Flash, apologizes to Iris for the mistake made last night. But there, Iris doesn't forgive Flash and tells him that from now on they will not meet, and saying this, Iris leaves. And at the end of the episode, we see a deserted road where a frightened man is shown sitting on the side of the road when suddenly two people come and start bothering him. where in anger he literally lights up with fire coming out of his entire body. So, this phrase means none other than Ronnie. Ronnie, meaning Caitlin's fiance who was believed to have died in the explosion 10 months ago. So, friends, the episode ends here with this explosive twist.